NaNoWriMo is dead. The world's biggest writing challenge, gone. Hundreds of thousands of writers, millions of words, 25 years of tradition, all collapsed almost overnight. Why did it happen? How does something that big, that beloved fall apart? Here's the scary part. The same mistakes that killed NaNoWriMo are the same ones that quietly kill most authors' dreams. If you've ever started a book or a business or a big idea, this story will hit close to home. By the end of this video, you'll understand the 5 hidden reasons that NaNoWriMo fell apart and the new movement rising to replace it. I don't want to spoil it, but it's called InNoWriLife, and it's built on something deeper than a monthly challenge. It's about consistency, community, and the lifestyle of a real writer. Because this isn't just a story about what went wrong, it's a roadmap for what to do right. This isn't gossip, it's a blueprint. So if you learn from their mistakes, you can build something that lasts instead of something that fades. So let's start with the first reason, and it's the one that kills more dreams than anything else. Money math. From the outside, NaNoWriMo looked unstoppable. They had 500,000 members, tens of thousands of people joining every single year, but inside, the numbers never worked. The nonprofit ran on just over $1 million a year, but lost money for 4 out of the last 6 years. That's not sustainable. That's not a business. That's not anything that can keep going. More than half of their income came from merch and sponsorships, and when those stopped, everything cracked. I'll tell you more later about why those stopped, but they confused attention for stability. Now, early on in my business, I made the same mistake. I thought that growth meant success. Then I learned you can be growing and still broke. A big audience does not equal a solid foundation. Views don't pay the bills. Profit does, right? I can't go to the bank and say, I got a bunch of views or I got a bunch of members. They don't care. I love this quote from Keith Cunningham. He says, revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, cash is king. Now, honestly, they didn't have much of any of those things because you need an economic engine. This is a money-making mechanism to create a movement. No money, no movement. So are you doing something that has underlying solid money math or an economic engine that can drive success for that thing? Because if not, it doesn't matter how hard you muscle it. It doesn't matter how many members you have, how beloved you are as an organization. The math don't math. Reason number 2, broken foundation. So NaNoWriMo's platform was its lifeline, kind of the underlying tech, the word trackers, the forums, the community, but their last major upgrade, 2018. All right, only 8.7% of their budget went into the product that kept the brand alive. Glitches piled up, writers got frustrated, engagement dropped. It's like owning a bookstore with a leaking roof and ignoring all of this water pouring in, and then all the books are just moldy and soggy and disgusting, so you can't sell them, right? The core thing was broken. In my book Published, I talk about this all the time. Don't just write a great book, package it in a way that people want to actually read it. So NaNoWriMo's platform was its packaging, and the packaging fell apart. The lesson here is simple. Reinvest in the things that create your value, always. Because if you don't protect that foundation, it doesn't matter how much you build on top of it, how much you add, the thing's gonna break. So the question I would ask for you is, what are the 2 or 3 things, whether it's in your book or with your business, that actually add real value? And are you investing in, are you maintaining, are you leveling up those 2 or 3 things? Because I know from firsthand experience, as you grow and as you scale, you can start thinking about the 7 to 10 other things. And so you're like, oh yeah, but these other things. And then meanwhile, the core thing that you do is neglected. It's out of date, it's not working. So you got to keep the main thing the main thing. Reason number 3, broken trust. Then came the scandal. So I don't want to talk about this a lot, but in 2023, serious child safety complaints surfaced, and when it went public, trust and the people running that community vanished. So sponsors backed out, donations disappeared. They lost nearly 1/3 of their revenue in 1 year. Now, my dad always told me growing up, he said, Chandler, it takes a lifetime to build your reputation and a second to lose it. If you lose trust in the thing that you're doing, you don't have the thing that you're doing. It's not just organizations. Authors lose readers' trust every day when they overpromise or underdeliver. Integrity is the real marketing strategy. So before you market harder, ask, do people actually trust me to deliver on what I say I will? Am I doing the thing that I say that I'm gonna do? Because remember, it takes a lifetime to build a reputation, whether as an author or as an entrepreneur, and a second to lose it. Reason number 4, identity crisis. So NaNoWriMo started with one clear mission: write 50,000 words in November. That clarity made it powerful, but over time the mission blurred. They tried to be everything to everyone. So they were a forum, they were a merch store, they were an advocacy group, because that makes sense, writing fiction. They were a social network. When you try to be everything, you stop being the thing that worked, right? Every founder faces this moment. Do we chase everything? Do we add, or do we focus on what matters most? Every time I've chosen to focus, the business has grown, because simplicity wins, confusion kills. I love the quote. It says, most businesses die of indigestion, not of starvation. Right? It's not a lack of things to do. It's focusing on the things that actually work. So where are you adding more when you really need to do less? Reason number 5, community burnout. So NaNoWriMo had millions of participants, but very few supporters. They had a handful of donors and volunteers who carried the whole thing, and they burned out. Well, why did they burn out? Because the money math didn't work. The goodwill alone can't keep the lights on. You need systems, you need revenue in order to turn that passion into progress. So that's why I call a book the $7 million business card, because the only way that it works as a book is if you can drive this into things that actually generate revenue. So a book isn't just art, it's leverage. It creates leverage for the impact that you're trying to make. The passion is the spark, yes, but the strategy is the engine that keeps that thing going. So most dreams don't die from a lack of passion. They die from a lack of systems and revenue. All right, I want to give you one more bonus reason why the NaNoWriMo didn't work, in my opinion, is it's seasonal. Nothing seasonal ever lasts unless the margins are just absolutely insane. So we all know it's like, oh, there's that party city that pops up around Halloween every year, or there's that Christmas tree stand. It's like, okay, maybe that works. They're brutal businesses, seasonal businesses. You don't want to be in them. Because you have one bad season, it wipes out the whole business, right? Think about the ski resort that just one season they don't get snow and they're bankrupt because no one buys passes. So, just running a once a month challenge or a 1 month a year challenge, it don't keep the lights on unless you've got stupid margins, right? So if you think about that, yeah, maybe the margins make sense where you can kind of pencil out a seasonal business, but most seasonal businesses don't last. So that's the story of NaNoWriMo's fall: broken money, weak tech, lost trust, blurry mission, and a burned out community. Not exactly a recipe for success. It's tragic, but also a mirror, okay? Because I'm not here to throw stones, I'm here to learn lessons, right? And what can we take away from this? So the questions I would ask you is, where are you building excitement without structure? Where are you spreading thin instead of doubling down? Don't just start something exciting, build something that lasts. Obviously, unfortunately, NaNoWriMo didn't do that. You can't. And so if you're still watching, it means you care about doing this thing the right way. So here's what I recommend to do instead. So maybe you plan on doing NaNoWriMo again this year, and it's like that burst of inspiration coming into November, or maybe you just discovered it for the first time and you were excited to start and then realized, oh crap, this doesn't even exist anymore. That's where the new movement comes in. It's called InNoWriLife. I get it, it's hard to say, I can barely even say it, but it stands for International Novel Writing Life. Okay, this was created by Ari Vance and our fiction crew here at selfpublishing.com, because they believe and we believe that fiction writing isn't a month, it's a lifestyle. Like if you want to seriously be great at fiction, like we are, like Ari Vance is, he sold over 80,000 copies of his fiction books just last year. Well, then it's not about doing it in a month. Yes, that's maybe the spark that gets you started, but InNoWriLife is about becoming the kind of writer who writes for life. You want to go full-time with this thing. It's not a challenge, it's a community, and it's a place for fiction authors who want to take their craft seriously, who want to build consistency, and who want to make writing a part of who they are. This is what's next for real authors. So if this speaks to you, or you want to be part of a community that offers both accountability and inspiration with hands-on learning from what's actually working, there's a link in the description where you can learn more and join us. Okay, so the first step is to book a strategy call with my team, where we're going to talk about your goals for your book, your challenges with your book, and then we're going to start to create a crystal clear plan. And then obviously if we can help you, we'll walk you through kind of what that looks like. We've got our fundamentals of fiction and story program. We got our full-time fiction program. Both of these are really, really good to help fiction authors who are serious take their writing to the next step. Go ahead and click the link in the description, book a call with the team. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm curious to hear your guys' take. All right, have you been a long time participant of NaNoWriMo? Maybe you were on the inside, maybe you got some juicy details, some fun info. Share it in the comments. Was I wrong on this? Was I right? Did you see something different? Let me know. Why is NaNoWriMo why does it not exist anymore? What can we learn from it? Holler at me in the comments. We'll read and respond to every single one, and I'll see you in the next video.